What's up, dudes? It's Molly. I'm here to bring you a channeled reading. Hi, I'm Molly Marcella. I'm a clairaudient psychic empath. I am channeling, so anything I say is part of your message. What's up, dudes? I'm here in my Mrs. Roper getup. Yeah, here's the full look. Hello, darlings. So we have another Soul School lesson today. I have some cards over here. I got the big giant tarot deck. Look at this. Queen of Pentacles is on the bottom. All right. We're going to talk about some spiritual concepts. Yep. We're talking about coming out of the dark night of the soul. So what I'm doing is these are too big for my hands. So I'm just kind of shuffling them and putting them together. And then I'll just pull some cards just for visuals as I talk about what Spirit wants me to talk about. I did take notes. Are my notes. So I'm just going to refer to my notes. And we'll go forward. All right. Let's do it. Okay, so let me see. Let me see if I have any. Okay, I keep looking at these. Okay, let's open it like this. What is the message for the collective? There it is. I am relaxed and open to attracting positive energy from the universe. All right. So right now we're going to start talking about paranoia. Yeah. Paranoia. So when you're in the dark night of the soul, and that's the whole, it's all part of the annihilation of the ego. So the dark night of the soul is losing who we thought we were. All right. And part of that, with that comes paranoia. Okay. I just did a split. All right, we have the Seven of Swords with the Sun. Here we go. This is exactly it. Paranoia, Seven of Swords, liar, deceitful. Yep, the Sun. Happiest card of the deck, the Truth. All right. So we're going to talk about the paranoia. When you go through the spiritual awakening, there is a part of that early part of the journey of the dark night where you get riddled with paranoia. And you're like, oh my God. Some of you may have thought, is Molly stalking me? Is she doing spells on me? Is so-and-so, like, they know things they're not supposed to know, that kind of thing. Okay, Ace of Wands, Seven of Swords again. All right. Brand new, exciting thing, artistic, passion-filled thing. So you may have been put on a spiritual awakening because you're a light worker. All right. Something about you may be very creative. Something along that line. Okay. Now we have to remember the arts is the oldest form of healing. So our light workers, just think people in the entertainment industry. That also comes with like video game designers, coders, engineers, like that kind of thing. All right. So you go through a thing where you get super paranoid. Yeah, because you may be getting pulled into the fourth dimension that exists at the same time here on planet Earth as a third dimension. All right, we have a portal right here with the Three of Wands. There's an opportunity for a fun, new, exciting thing. All right. So that's when you start seeing synchronicities like crazy. And so what that means is you may start noticing when you look at clocks, all of a sudden it says 11:11. Like I'm just sitting here, and then like Spirit or something literally has my eye look at the clock, and now it says 5:55. What in the fuck? Yeah, and you might notice that more and more. Yeah, and then you're like, I'm having a mind melt. Am I going crazy? A patty melt might mean something. All right, we got the Two of Cups here, your soulmate. So, yeah, that's when Spirit sends me in. So I'm a spiritual guide. I'm your dolphin friend who speaks the same language. All right, I'm a spiritual martial artist. Now, side note, Rome might mean something. Pompeii might mean something. Greece might mean something. So I'm thinking about old artwork. Now, if you look at old artwork from like back then and that time, like think Pompeii, that kind of stuff. If you look at dolphins, the representation of dolphins, yeah, they're not like this like jolly, gentle, flippery, smiley thing. No, they're like these badass animals. If you look at them, they look kind of scary in that form, in the artwork of back in that time. So when I say your dolphin friend who speaks the same language, that means these people highly respected the dolphin for their intelligence and their tenacity and their badassness. So I'm your dolphin friend who speaks the same language. We may have had several past lives together. It's a Six of Cups relationship. So either you resonate with me or you don't. And some people may be like, I totally resonate with Molly. It's because I'm a spiritual guide, I'm a grid worker, and I might have known you in a past life. Yeah. So that's what a Six of Cups relationship is. A Six of Cups relationship is like, if you just met this person for the first time, you're like, I freaking love you. Like, I like your energy. Yeah, at a party, come sit by me. Yeah, so tell me more about yourself. Yeah, all right. We have the Page of Cups here. All right, somebody might be ready to give an offer. There might be an apology or something that is due too. All right. But with that can come paranoia. Yeah. How does this chick know everything I'm doing? How does this work? Yeah. Well, I'm a guide, so I work with spirit. So what you think, like I'm like spending all my time maybe like low-key stalking you, whatever, so I can like trick you somehow. Yeah. Just know right now, that's like you saying, go to my subscription number. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of subscribers. That's like saying, right now I see 689 subscribers. That's like you saying you're going into a warehouse of 688 people and you're going to go in front of all of them and say, everything Molly is saying is not for you guys either. It's just for me. Yeah, because that's not what's happening. What's happening is you're having paranoia. And so Spirit uses me as a middleman for all these different people. So if I say something that really resonates with you, yeah, it might resonate with somebody else the exact same way in a totally different way. So they might feel as profound about what I'm saying about something totally different. But I'm the grid leader. I hear leaks. I'm the grid leader. And so I'm a boombox for Spirit. So sometimes just think of it as a dot to dot. Yeah, Spirit just needs somebody to say something to get you to that spot. All right. Now, some people can't comprehend me because my grid is highly intelligent people, very sensitive people, a genius level in some things. Even if you've never like passed a genius test, if you had bad grades, something like that, you're a genius in something. All right, so you can comprehend things that other people can't comprehend, and you may have been ostracized in the past for that. So let's remember a super empath, they can feel feelings. Now, when I refer to the people who are not super sensitive, I refer to them as Neanderthals, just to get like your mind there. And I like saying Neanderthal better than Neanderthal. So the Neanderthals, yeah, the people who are not sensitive, they can only conceptualize feelings from 0 to 100. And so 0 is the absolute saddest they can even wrap their mind around. They can't even think it up what it feels to be sadder than 0. And 100 is as happy as they can feel. So that's like, yep, they just error out after that. It don't compute. And so you have to understand that yeah, you've had like a turn of the evolutionary wheel. And that's the first part of healing, is understanding not everybody feels emotions the same intensity. And so you, as a super empath, as a highly sensitive person, as a spectrum-y person, something along that line, yeah, you can feel feelings positive 1,000 all the way to negative 1,000. And so you can feel real high and real low in a way other people can't feel. And some of those people may be people in your family too. They can't comprehend the experience you're having. And so while you're plugging in really fucking sad at 995, yeah, they're like, I can't even conceptualize that. I only work to 0. And so once you understand that, then all the like, how could you? Why don't you? All those kind of things kind of lessen. It releases its grip. Because when you understand, yeah, you're literally asking a gorilla to make you a souffle. It's not going to happen. They can't conceptualize what you're going through. And so all that kind of hurt and why don't you, those kind of phrases, kind of lessen a little bit as you're going through that part of your dark night. So it's really important that you learn. Not everybody feels feelings the same. And you're the special one. Yeah, you're the weirdo. Oh my God. You're the new PlayStation. Yeah, you feel feelings way more than everybody else. But guess what? There's other ones. Hi, what's up? I'm here to tell you what the deal is. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles. We have working together, master and apprentice. So Spirit sends in a soulmate, a dolphin friend who speaks the same language to set the ship straight. So a lot of us, yeah, might be spectrum-y. Yeah, but we've only learned about one kind of autism. Yeah, and that might not be us, no. Well, autism is way broader and way bigger than what most people think. I'm a classic textbook case of an autistic woman. And so there's a really great clip where women talk about what it's like to be autistic. And so I'm going to put that down in the comment section here of this reading. So make sure you check that out. Yeah. There's a sexy aspect of it too. A fun, cool, sexy aspect of it too. Yeah. And so once you start learning, and you may have an aha moment, and it may start with your child getting an autism diagnosis. It never crossed your mind you might be spectrum-y. But it makes perfect sense with your child. Yeah. Then the more you learn about it, yeah. So if you get an autism diagnosis with your kid, it can be devastating because immediately you're like, oh my God, yeah, my perfect baby's not perfect. Yeah, no, your perfect baby is totally perfect. Yeah. Would you say Leonardo da Vinci is not perfect? Michelangelo? The great thinkers? So it's important that you understand, yeah, they're going to be just as cool as you are. Because you were probably the same way. You just never got help. You never got diagnosed. None of us did. I'm 49. So if you're anywhere around my age, you struggled through life. And the good news is we're now the grown-ups, our generation, and your children's teachers at their school understand this, and your child is going to get way more help. And they're 100% a person. Sometimes they may retreat into their hermit crab shell. Yeah, they'll come back out. Just like you. Yeah. And they're a whole person and everything's just going to be fine. So when you have that aha moment, now when I say high functioning spectrum-y, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. then you realize, oh my gosh, yeah, this might explain everything about my life. And that's when I always see, like Plinko, The Price is Right, or cogs and wheels, like starting to turn. Then you have this aha moment. As soon as you have a yeah, everything's starting to make sense. It's all starting to fall into place. Yeah. So part of that, if you're spectrum-y, is getting rid of the shame and stigma of autism. 5 of Pentacles. You may have been ostracized, left out a lot in your life. People didn't understand you. Yeah, making fun of you. And yeah, this woman says a really great thing in that video. She says it's like being socially blind. And people just make fun of you. So you have to remember now that our children who are not spectrum-y, like, the knowledge is out there. So it's not such a ridicule bad thing anymore. And that's the cool part about it. So if you got a diagnosis with your kid and you're so worried about your kids, what their life is going to be like, their life's going to be great. Yeah, because they live in a time now where this alternate form of thinking, yeah, I like to say that rather than disability, but it's important that the people whose vessels didn't complete the transaction properly, the high needs autistic people, that the rest of the world understand those people do have a disability and they need help. But the high functioning spectrum-y people, yeah, don't pat them on the fucking head. No, they have an alternate way of thinking and they're probably smarter than you. But all these high functioning spectrum-y people get patted on the head once autism gets brought up by the Neanderthals. And so a lot of times, yeah, well-meaning doctors will bring up these classifications. So what comes up? Yeah, bipolar, schizophrenia, autism. Yeah, when they're listing off things, they always clump those 3 together. It's like, don't set me next to the schizo. No offense if you're schizophrenic. Yeah, but that's just creating a stigma. Okay? All right. So I am your friend. I'm not doing any spells. I don't do spells on anybody. If you're feeling paranoid, if you're getting triggered constantly by things I'm saying, yeah, spirit might be just trying to resonate, awaken, whatever, to help you purge and cleanse it. And so if you're early on in your dark night of the soul, if you've just had your awakening, you're just having these aha moments, you might be getting triggered a lot. Yeah, and people don't like that word because you think of that, I say gif, I don't know how you pronounce that, gif of that person like, oh! Well, that's what triggered feels like. Yeah. And so what happens is spirit comes in and hits like a tuning fork in you. And like healed people think I'm delightful. Yeah, lower vibrational hurt people project onto me and they see Tracy Flick. They see somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. They see somebody to make fun of. Yeah, but because I'm the kindergarten teacher, I'm too weird. Yeah, but I'm actually a galactic professor. Yeah, I'm just that good that I can teach kindergarten. Deal with all those triggered motherfuckers. So I get dropped into your life to hold your hand during the darkest night of the dark night. Yeah, say, I'm going to explain to you what's happening. And immediately, knowledge is a key to freedom. And so immediately, as soon as you start learning, I'm the head librarian at the Akashic Records. Yeah, I've stitched together all this free information. And there's a whole group of you that are intelligent enough that if you can't afford a therapist like most of us can't, that aren't wealthy, yeah, you are smart enough to self-heal with this free information if you're willing to do the work. And that takes a lot of introspection. Now, if you have access to a therapist, absolutely go to a therapist. There is nothing wrong with therapists. We have to remember therapists are people practicing their craft. So there's good therapists and there's bad therapists. But if you're going through an awakening, it's important that you tell your therapist, I'm going through a spiritual awakening. There's the sun again. Leo energy, happiest card in the deck. Because there's many trees in the forest that help you become the best tree yourself. Yeah, so the dynamic is with the therapist, no matter how cool your therapist is, it's just how it kind of works out usually is you go into their office and you're kind of like, oh, I'm the piece of shit. I'm the student. You're the teacher. Yeah. Oh, help me feel better. Yeah. And then when you have a spiritual guide, that's like who I am. Yeah, I'm like your friend. Yeah, there isn't like this hierarchy. And so, yeah, you can like belch and shit and fart and snob cry and shit in front of me. Yeah, because, I'm a wild child too. Yeah. So you get that friendship. So if you can find a spiritual guide or a therapist, and if it's one or the other, if for some reason you have to pay for a spiritual guide or something like that, go with a therapist. Go with the clinical therapist. Because if a spiritual guide is telling you don't see a therapist, that's a charlatan who's trying to steal your money. And that's why I do what I do for free here on YouTube, is to help people understand. So I'll be your spiritual guide. Yeah, what's up? Want to have a sleepover? Play board games and shit? Hierophant. We have a lot of high priests that are getting activated. These might be psychic people. All right, my screen just went dark. Okay, so let's see what else I have written down. Yeah, the light workers have been drafted. Yeah, the universe calls. I hear calls. Okay, we have to help raise the collective's vibration. So we have to look at people. A lot of my soul family, my grid, the people that I work with are in the entertainment industry. Okay, this just popped out right when I said that. The magician. Somebody's manifesting. What do we have? The Nine of Swords. Anxiety. Okay. So right before your awakening, you can have extreme panic attacks. You can just like really be glitching out all the time. Just like super close throat chakra. You might get tunnel vision. You might have fainting spells, all that kind of stuff. It's gotten too much. So Spirit will send you on a spiritual awakening. And then what will happen is you'll go through the cleanse. You'll start cleansing all these issues from your childhood up until now. So you can get that negative energy out of you. And then Spirit will replace it with positive energy. And that comes with knowledge. Yep, and then you'll ascend up in vibration. And so it's literally like a vibration. So we all like vibrate on certain vibrations. And you've all seen those videos where it's like, they change the tune and then the sand changes on the vibration table. Yeah, well, that's exactly what happens. And so when that happens, when you start your spiritual awakening, you're starting in Grossville. You're living in a town called Grossville. And what Spirit wants you to do is move over to Healdville. And Healdville is on the other side of the river. Yeah. And some of the people in Grossville are not getting activated. And they're going to get removed from your life. These might be people that you may have kind of low vibe with in the past, something like that. Whatever, you may have totally resonated with these people at one time. And then you change vibration and you're like, I don't even resonate with them anymore. Like, yeah, I just don't know what's even happening. So Spirit starts stripping away energy vampires, lower vibrational people who use you. Spirit might rip off veils off of you so you're forced to see somebody in your life for who they are if they're abusive. So that starts with concentric circles. So think about being in a lake and you throw a rock in a lake and that's where it lands, and it makes the little circle, and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger. Spirit's going to start removing this person first. Yep, that's the bitch at the mall. This is the example. Yeah. You see her at the mall. Yeah, the PTA mom that you see once in a while. Yeah. But you're always like complimenting her and she's always bitchy to you and you're always like, I like your jacket. Yeah, you don't know why you want that fucking bitch ass Heather to like you. And when I say Heather, sorry if your name is Heather, it's a very beautiful name. Yeah, when I say Heather, that is an archetype of a middle school mean girl based off the movie Heathers. So there's something within you that gets triggered around these people being mean that makes you go into a party and say, I'm here. Who hates me? Who hates me? I'm going to go tell them I like their jacket. Yeah, I have to settle this energy. Yeah. Spirit says, no, we're going to let people dislike us. And so there's a really great clip that I'm going to put in the comment section of that too, about letting somebody dislike you. So really great advice. So make sure you're checking the comment section of this reading. So Spirit will cut the cord. Just think of an axe. Yeah, take an axe to an energetic cord to whatever that person symbolizes, whatever that is, whoever that person is. All of a sudden you won't care. You're like, yeah, I think your jacket's actually ugly. But you don't need to say it. No, you just let that person float away. And that's part of the cleanse. And so it'll start, the rings will start getting closer and closer, and the cleanse starts getting harder and harder. Because as the rings get closer, it's people that are in your life more. It might be family members. It might be, yeah. And so it's a really tough process to go. I call it the ripping of the Velcro. It's like a really tough process to go through. And what Spirit needs you to understand is Spirit, like these people ripped up the golden ticket of the cool and fun, sexy train that is you. And they disregarded it. Yeah. And Spirit's saying, yeah, get off my fucking train. Yeah. They're kicking that person off your train. Because that space needs to be taken up by a super empath who can't wait to ride your train, can't wait to manifest with you, can't wait to be kind and friendly and fun and positive. Someone from Healdville. Yeah, all the people who choose to stay in Grossville, yeah, there's no wankers allowed on the big train. So you're going to have to go through that cleanse, and it can feel very isolating and alone for a while. But you have to remember, all of a sudden your soul family will show up. And it's people that you resonate with that have gone through the same experience. Their journey may be totally different. Yeah, my journey may not be the same as yours. But if we meet on the path, may we encourage each other. Because we've both felt that same boom resonation of whatever that is. So you will start noticing, once you heal and you learn about sensitive people, about empath narcissist dynamic, how narcissists can see a mark. I see like a cobra, can see a mark, just like, where's those super empaths that I can suck dry? Yeah, once you learn about that, you get like a protective armor on you. It doesn't make you paranoid where you won't talk to anybody, because you'll start to identify the people who deserve the golden ticket to your train, the other super empaths, the other sensitive, kind people from Healdville. So with the awakening, you may have hurt somebody. Somebody may owe somebody an apology. There might be a whole shame cycle that the divine masculine goes through because they owe the divine feminine an apology, something like that. And they might be terrified. So what usually happens is a person's divine feminine usually goes through the cleanse first. And then the divine masculine, this is like twin flame type stuff too. The divine masculine may watch from afar, just very silently. Yeah. But Spirit is pulling them into the 4D. They're pulling them into Healdville as well. Yeah. And they may owe someone an apology, a divine feminine. And they may be terrified because they're used to giving apologies to reptilian lizard ladies over in Grossville. And if you open that box of apology, yeah, you're going to be fighting all fucking day. Somebody might get hurt. Yeah. It might end up in self-soothing, drinking, getting shitty, something like that. It's a whole fucking mess of screaming and yelling. And yeah, because those lizard lady narcissists back in Grossville, yeah, the more they act out and tantrum and then you forgive them, they think that proves how much you love them. Yeah, that's a whole bunch of dysfunction. Yeah. So that once the divine masculine has that aha moment where he's like, why did I ever want a bitch in my life? Yeah. Then he may give the apology to the divine feminine. But what the divine masculine has to understand is the divine feminine has been living in Healdville. Yeah, she responds differently to an apology than this bitchy cunt over in Grossville. Now, it all depends on what the apology's for, those kind of things. And we have to remember, apologies have to have bullet points. Sometimes you have to apologize to a narcissist if you've been a scapegoat, just to get the train going again, whatever. Yeah. Just leave that surface in blank, leave them in the dark. And if you have to say I'm sorry or something, just to get your day going better, that's fine. Your dignity is yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. But a good apology, a real apology, and if you've lived with a narcissist, you know what it's like. Sometimes you just have to let them win. Yeah, I'm not going to fight. Yeah, I'm not going to die on this mountain. Yeah. But if you're away from the narcissist, or if somebody, a sensitive person owes another sensitive person an apology, yeah, it can be terrifying because you're used to dealing with narcissist reactions. So what we have to remember is an apology is more than just 2 words. It's more than just I'm sorry. An apology has to have certain bullet points to them. And so let's pick a card. The 7 of Pentacles. Something has been manifesting for a long time. This is somebody finally seeing their harvest. The fruit on the tree is finally here. So when you give an apology, the best way to do it is to say, I'm sorry I did blank. I want you to know I understand that I hurt you by doing blank. And I also want you to understand that the hurt I caused on you, I've reflected on that. And I want to assure you, your pain was not in vain. Yeah, I will never do that to anybody else again. Do you accept my apology? That's an apology. 2 words, I'm sorry. Yeah, I do a big tantrum. I just say I'm sorry. And then we move forward. Yeah, that's not an apology. That leaves people wounded and not respected. So those bullet points in there are really important. And most people in Healdville, if they get that apology, now, depending on how severe whatever you're apologizing for, but let's just say an average apology for an average thing. Yeah, most people would say, I accept your apology. Welcome to Healdville. You want to play? So we just need the divine masculine. There he is, King of Swords. To realize, yeah, the divine feminine, she ain't a bitch. Okay. So that's a bit of the dark night, how people, soulmates come in your life and karmic people get removed from your life. So a karmic person is somebody in your life to teach you a lesson somehow. And whether or not you clear the lesson and you ascend up in vibration, if you do the work to trek over to Healdville, yeah, the more people you interact with in Healdville will be more fulfilling and exciting. So a karmic person, you may have a contract with a soul contract with that person. You may have to bring a baby onto planet Earth. You may have family, whatever, a coworker, a short-term dating partner, whatever it is. Yeah, that person might be in your life just to teach you a lesson. Yeah, that lesson might just be what not to do. Yeah. You might be a lesson for that person, too. You have a karmic contract. And those that stay together on expired contracts keep having horrible, horrible situational things. It's called dysfunction. Yeah, once the contract's up, Spirit wants you to move forward. So, yeah, like love is hard, but it's not that hard. You know? If you're upset more than you're happy, yeah, you really need to think about how you're living your life. And if you're on an expired contract or not, and why you won't leave that contract. So sometimes there's reasons, financial reasons. Sometimes there's codependent reasons. Sometimes Spirit will send one person on an awakening, and their partner at the time, their karmic partner, will not be on an awakening. Yeah, that relationship pretty much will never work. Two different vibrations. One person's in Healdville, and one person loves it over in Grossville because they get all the attention over here. They get all the stuff. They get to spend a bunch of money. They get to do all this. Yeah. Where eventually you'll just start disgusting each other. You're like, I can't believe, like, God help me, get away from this person. Yeah. It'll just keep getting worse and worse because Spirit wants you to go forward. And so we never, like, our spiritual journeys are solo journeys until you get to Healdville. Because there's lower vibrational people that will literally throw tantrums at the crossroad and grab onto your leg and say, no. Yeah. And it's up to you to say, no, this is my crossroad too. And I want to ascend up. And if you're not willing to do the work, yeah, I'm going to keep walking. Please let go of my leg. Yeah, good luck. If you want to catch up, if you want to do this journey, yeah, you gotta run up to me. I'm not going to stand at the crossroads waiting for somebody to decide if they want to ascend up or not. The spiritual awakening is a solo journey until you get to Healdville. And when you get in Healdville, you'll find all sorts of people who are like, yes, I do want to manifest. I want to walk the path with you. Yeah. And it'll feel good. So that's part of like the stripping down of these people, these energy vampires, these people that keep you stuck, these abusive people, these unenlightened people. And just know if you're in the part where it's alone, you can feel really alone. You're like, where is anybody I resonate with? Yeah, here I am. Yeah, I'm sorry if it's just over the phone or the computer. Yeah, but there are other people around you that can comprehend you. And it's going to be okay. Yep. All right. There you go, dudes. Peace out. I hope you have a great day today.